Okay, well, thank you very much. Good morning, kababayan ko dito po sa Malaysia. Especially dito po sa Sabah is Malaysia and very specific in Kota Kinabalu, the lone city in Sabah is Malaysia. And we call it Kota Kinabalu. Nandito ako po, ito po si Nico Fabian. Nandito naman tayo sa programa natin Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. Magandang araw, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and every one of you who are monitoring or watching this program. Today is July 9 na po, no? July 9 and it's Wednesday, hoping that everything is running smoothly sa mga buhay ninyo po. I hope everything is running smoothly as you start a brand new Wednesday. A brand new Wednesday. And of course, I would like to greet everybody, those who are celebrating a very special day. Today po, Wednesday, like birthdays, anniversaries, and any other occasions po. I wish the best to all of you and hope this will be a very memorable, fruitful, and happy celebration that you are celebrating today. And of course, I will not miss this opportunity to also greet my better half, si Mary Lou Pentojo Fabian, who is celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday! Salamat Hari Jadi to my loving wife, si Mary Lou. Happy birthday to you and more birthdays to come and good health to you. So, nandito lang kami. We are just here, your husband, your children. We will be supporting whatever help you need from us. So, ngayon po, today, it will be a brief, sabihin natin, program natin for today, July 9, dahil po, I have some appointments. I'm going later on for my regular, midterm midterm ba yun? Midterm medical review. That's why I decided to do my vlogging very early as this morning po. But I will be focusing on the updates of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, wherein I will be sharing with you the footage of no other than Vice President Inday Sara Duterte, who is the daughter of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, fondly called, very known to many Filipinos and other nationalities as Tatay Digong. Inday Sara Duterte is in Netherlands, particularly in The Hague, and very specific dyan po sa detention center of the International Criminal Court, and she will be there until July 23rd. Her last day in The Hague, July 23rd, of which she will be going back to the Philippines. And since July 5th, 5 until July 23rd, she will be visiting her father, si Tatay Digong po, no? Because there is a she wants to make a full use of these privileges or a privilege granted to the immediate family of Tatay Digong as well as the lawyer, that there will be 4 times a week visitation po, and that is very good, and the Filipinos will be able to know the updates, anong latest developments of Tatay Digong dyan po sa The Hague or dyan po sa ICC Detention Center. Wag na tayo magtagal, and medyo sa mga supporters ni Tatay Digong o mga Dutertes po, it is a sad news, but natural. This is only natural for an 80 years old talking or passing his last wish. Last wish po, no? It's very normal. It's very normal po. At the age of 80, these people will be thinking about what will happen to them after life on earth. And according to Inday Sara Duterte, it is but normal. And she would like to pass a message or ang mga conversation between her and her father when she visited her father Tuesday. Today is Wednesday, so it means last night, no? Last night, Tuesday or early in the morning this morning, Wednesday po. So, wag na tayo magtagal. Nandito po ang interview, ang statement ni Inday Sara Duterte right after or minutes after she visited the Tatay Digong at the detention center at the ICC or International Criminal Court. So let's listen to this video clip that I would like to share to all of you.
Ma'am, kamusta po si Tatay Digong sa inyong
Okay,
pagdalaw?
okay lang naman siya ngayon. He's not in the mood. Naiirita siya sa kuko niya eh. So, inupit namin. Pinahiram kami ng guarda na nail cutter. Inupit namin ng kanyang kuko. And then we spend time. Yung para hindi siya, para hindi siya hait. So, ang ganyan na admit.
Parang siya nag-file.
Oh, yes. Spend time na identify. And then, sabi ko nga, he's not in the mood. Nagbigay na siya ng kanyang mga huling habilin. Sabi niya, kung saan daw siya mamatay, doon daw siya i-cremate. Okay, so sabi niya,
Ano naman yan? Oo.
sabi niya, kung mamatay daw siya dito sa Netherlands, huwag na daw iuwi yung kanyang katawan sa Pilipinas. Ipa-cremate lang daw siya dito. Yung ashes na lang daw yung iuwi. Yun yung kanyang, and then, sabi ko, i-discuss na lang natin sa susunod kasi hindi ako pro-cremation. Hindi ako pro-cremation. Tapos siya, pro-cremation siya. And then sabi ko sa kanya, so anong mangyayari nito kung kunwari hindi namin sundin yung habilin mo na i-cremate ka? Sabi ko, ilibing ka namin doon sa tabi ng tatay mo. Pabalik ka ba? Sabi ko, pabalik ka ba? Sabi niya, well, hindi naman, pero pag-isipan ko, kung mumultuhin kita o hindi. So, yun yung discussion ngayon.
How did you feel po nung nagganyan si Tatay Digong? Kami, nalulungkot kayo. Dami gusto na umiyak.
Well, natural din naman na siguro yung sa 8 years old, no? Na mag-isip ng ganun. So, and mabuti na rin yun na alam natin lahat kung ano yung kanyang last wishes para magagawa yun kapag nangyari.
Are you prepared for that, Vice President?
Ang objection ko lang is hindi nga ako pro-cremation. So, ang takot ko lang din is baka multuhin niya ako pag hindi sinunod yung kanyang habilin na magpa-cremate siya. So, yeah.
Ma'am, once again, you've proven you're a woman of steel kasi yung dalawa mong kapatid na lalaki, very emotional pag nagkaganyan na si Tatay Digong. Where do you get the strength?
Well, galing din siguro kay PRD na, diba, turo niya, na ilang beses ko na rin nasabi na turo niya talaga na huwag umiyak. In fact, nung isang beses na bumisita kami dyan, na umiyak si Kitty, ay pinagalitan pa niya na sinabihan niya useless yung mga lupa.
Meron ba usang request meanwhile?
Wala. Yun, yung pagputol ng kuko niya, ni-request yun. And then, yun lang naman. Yun lang yung request. Kanina, nag-request siya ng Coke Zero naman.
Nabili niya naman po doon.
Yes, nabigay ko naman yung Coke Zero. But I think, kasi hindi na ata siya ina-allow ng Coke Zero. So, nagsisikreto siya doon sa visitors center. Oo. Ng Coke Zero.
Nasabi ma'am ni Ma'am Elizabeth na tinigil na lahat ng gamot. Is that because wala na siyang sakit or?
Hindi ko alam kung anong ni Mama. Hindi ko alam kung anong napag-usapan nila ng mother ko. Hindi din namin napag-usapan din kasi kanina yung kanyang health. Pero sa nakita ko naman, hindi naman siya. Kumayak siya, sobrang payat lang talaga niya. Pero hindi naman siya nakihina. Tsaka napansin ko kanina, although hindi ko na mention kasi medyo hindi na maganda yung mood niya. Maganda yung kutis niya.
Ako na si Robin.
Lagi Hindi ko nga alam eh. Maganda yung pulis niya ha. Hindi, kasi pumayat siya, di ba? So, you would expect na maglaylay ba? Hindi eh. Tight yung, para siyang nag-Volterra eh. Firm yung, tight yung kanyang dito, tsaka firm. Tapos yung kanyang wrinkles nandito lang sa noo eh.
Pero ma'am, yung picture
Parang
dyan,
may skincare siguro sa loob na hindi natin alam.
ma'am, yung picture hindi na yung ganun siya ano.
Hindi na.
Ma'am, would it be possible for the Filipino people to even have a glimpse through a picture kay PRRD, ma'am?
We will ask the lawyers, if that is even allowed. And then we'll ask them to take a photo kung i-allow. Oo.
Sa politika po, wala ka na pag-usapan sa politika?
Wala naman. Nabanggit ko lang sa kanya na Chairman Noor Miswari is sick. He's in Davao City, si Chairman Noor. And then sabi niya na ipaabot daw sa kanya yung well wishes niya. And nag-usap din kami kasi kailangan ko tawagan yung anak ni Chairman Noor Miswari. And then, yun lang ang na-discuss namin. And one other Tabawenyo na namatay na binanggit din na discuss namin. And then of course yung father ni Mans, friend kasi ni PRD, discuss din.
Well, kailan po ang susunod yung bisita ni Tatay?
Tomorrow, may bisita kami. Malimutan ko lang yung oras. Let me check. Kasi today is 1:30 to 3, no? Bukas is...
Vind je ideale hotel met de app van Booking.com.
Bukas ay... alas 2. 2 to 3:30. Ay, sorry, Wednesday, no?
Wednesday,
3 to 4:30.
3 to 4:30. So late tayo bukas po.
July 9, no? Tama ba ako? July 9, yes. 3 to 4:30.
Hindi ba nag-work po yung usual charm ninyo sa kanya na pag nakikita kayo, he lightens up?
Wala today eh. I think si Manassas ata yung kinainisan niya eh.
Ay, nandito pala si Atty. Mansay, Atty. Mansay. Join us, Atty. Mansay. Hindi namin alam na nandito ka pala.
Nasa nakapasok po si Atty. Man?
Kami yung partners today.
Kaya nga, I was going to ask nasan si Bibi sa din.
Wala. Si Manassas na yun. So, I think si Manassas yung...
Can I ask a question on a
yes.
different matter? What's your reaction to alias Rene recanting his previous statements against you, your father, and Pastor Kibuloy, and now he allegedly said, or actually stated na binayaran siya ni Senator Risa Ontiveros, ma'am?
Yes, that is very serious accusation, and it should be answered, no? Clearly kung ano ba talaga ang nangyari. And kung sa tingin ni alias Rene na dapat siya ay mag-file din ng kaso, ay dapat gawin niya din yon para nasasabi niya yung totoo sa loob ng korte at nakakasagot din ng maayos yung mga akusado sa loob din ng korte. Nabasa ko na yung affidavit niya bago pa man siya lumabas publicly, no? In fact, merong mga nakalagay doon na nakasama niya ang mga witnesses ko, no, ng ICC doon sa isang bahay kung saan siya pinatira ni Senator Ontiveros.
Is that a reason for concern po na allegedly, tanim ebidensya, tanim testigo, tapos meron siyang mga nakasama rin ng mga testigo na dadalhin dito sa ICC na posibleng tanim testigo rin?
Oh, yes. Of course. Oo. In fact, sinabihan ko din ng lawyer ni President Duterte no, na meron nga ang gano'n na statement yung witness against Pastor Kibuloy na ngayon ay nagsasabi na hindi totoo yung mga sinabi niya. Sinabi niya na nakasama niya sa tirahan mga witnesses ng ICC.
Yung minsan po, in-advise niyo si Kung Pulong to seek the speakership. ano ang status mo?
Hindi ko alam sa kanya. Hindi ko alam sa kanya kung seryosohin niya yung suggestion ko. But wala pa kasi akong balita kung anong gagawin niya.
Wala kayong balita kung sinong incoming speaker, incoming Senate President?
Wala akong balita with the Senate and the House of Representatives sa ngayon.
On another question, ma'am, what do you have to say or react to when 42% of Filipinos are not favorable to the impeachment case filed against you and 38% only agrees? Does this mean that dapat ipasura na nila yung impeachment complaints with respect doon sa mga senators?
Well, siguro marami sa ating mga kababayan naiintindihan kung ano yung ginagawa laban sa akin at sa aming pamilya. It's pure political persecution at harassment. Dapat bang ibasura? Tingnan ng mga senator judges yung mga arguments namin dahil marami kaming mga solid legal arguments kung bakit dapat i-dismiss itong impeachment complaint na ito.
Aabutan niyo ba po yung first day ng impeachment na pag-uwi ninyo or wala pa kayo on the first day of the right before the SODA? Will you be home?
Hindi, wala pa ako right before SONA, so hindi pa ako makakauwi. In any event, nandun naman na yung lawyers and they're continually preparing our witnesses for the impeachment and continually gathering the pieces of evidence needed.
Last question po, may mga lumaan pa sa balita na meron na rin silang copy ng mga bank accounts nyo. Are you going to file legal action against those na kumuha ng mga bank statements nyo illegally?
Hindi na. Wala man ako pinapailan ng kaso. Lahat ng mga libelous na lumabas, pinailan ng kaso, lahat ng harassment na pinapasa-Diyos ko na yan kasi sa tingin ko naman mas matindi ang galit ng Diyos kapag dumating na. Sa bank accounts, inaantay ko na magkaroon ng trial wherein doon ko sasagutin yung mga question about sa bank accounts. Dahil sa ngayon naman, yun nga, illegal yung pagkuha nila ng information with regard to bank accounts and wala akong obligasyon na sumagot sa kanila. Pero kung hindi matuloy yung impeachment, I will endeavor na umupo para sagutin yung mga allegations nila sa impeachment to the public.
Meron pa kayong tanong? Anyone?
Nag-ask na rin ako kay opinion ni Congressman Colon. Sa inyo po, opinion lang po sa bahay ni tatay sa
Opinion ko as a lawyer, kasi I think na-acquire yung property during sa live-in nila ni Hanilet and ni PRD. And so it is, ang status nun is co-ownership. Kaya niya siguro niya ibenta yung kanyang share pero hindi niya pwede maibenta yung kay PRD. And depende na rin yon sa mapapag-usapan nila dalawa ni Hanilet at ni President Duterte kung anong gagawin nila sa bahay. As a lawyer, as a daughter, iniisip ko lang kung saan natitira si Pangulong Duterte kung ibenta nila, kung uuwi siya ng Davao City. So, yun ang isa sa mga concerns namin.
Pero mag-stay daw siya sa Taiwan. That's what Congressman Colon said.
Oo, may nabanggit si Mama na na ganyan, na pwede namang doon sa bahay niya. Well, sana, depende yun sa mapag-usapan ni Hanilet at ni President Duterte kasi silang dalawa naman yung may-ari ng bahay.
Ma'am Showbiz, since tatanggapin siya ni Ma'am Elizabeth, is there reconciliation in the office?
Walang reconciliation. Walang reconciliation. lang, sabi ni Mama, okay naman daw na bumisita yung mga girlfriends. Walang problema sa... Grabe mo!
Sabi niya pagmamahal.
Kaya niyo ba yun, ma'am?
Kaya yun ba?
Ma'am, meron bang
Wala na sigurong parang friendship yung kanilang... ma'am? Sport ang tawag dyan.
Ay,
Sport.
malay natin, baka mamaya, kasalan of the century, paglabas si Tatay Digong.
Well, hindi ko na rin i-advise na magpakasal sila at
Ikaw, flower girl.
hindi ko na yun.
Anyone
Hindi ko
else?
i-advise yun.
Yes, yes.
Hello po, Bibi.
Yes.
I can go from JB to Vegan News. Hindi ko po naabutan yung first part ng inyong statement, ng pahayag. Pero gusto kong tanungin kayo regarding dun sa impeachment po muna. Kasi meron pong sinabi si Senator Zubiri na witch hunt daw po yung impeachment trial sa inyo. Pero meron pong remark naman si Congresswoman De Lima. Ang sabi po niya, unfair daw po na sabihin witch hunt yun dahil daw sa gravity ng allegations against you. So ano po ang comment ninyo dun sa mga pahayag na yun na witch hunt daw po yung impeachment and then wala na po kasihan yung pagiging witch hunt na.
Ayoko na lang sumali siguro sa sagutan ni De Lima at ni Senator Zubiri. But matagal ko naman na sinasabi, nakikita din naman na tao ng mga kababayan natin yung timelines kung paano sila umabot sa impeachment at alam naman natin na ano talaga ito. This is a race for the presidential elections of year 2020.
meron bang mensahe ang aming pinakamamahal na Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte para sa taong bayan?
Sabi niya kanina, no guts, no glory daw. So, yun na.
Narinig niyo yan, ha? Kailangan ng guts.
No guts, no glory. So,
Bibi, ikaw, meron ka bang mensahe para
para
sa
sa mga kababayan natin, unang-una lagi talaga paulit-ulit ay ang aking pagpapasalamat. Siyempre, nagpapasalamat ako sa inyo, dahil sa pagpapakita ninyo ng suporta kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Actually, nagtanong din siya kanina, sabi niya, may tao pa ba sa labas nag-aantay? Sabi ko, oo, meron. And yung isa, nakasama namin sa bus, taga-Mahaplag, Leyte, si Ma'am. Kinagkanto ko sa kanya. And napangiti siya. Tapos, yun, pasalamat kami sa nagdadasal. Nagpapasalamat kami. Sobrang dami nun. Kamakailan lang nakatanggap ako ng perpetual mass card para kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. So may bumili ng gano'n para sa kanya. At yung nandyan pa rin yung taong bayan, patuloy yung kanilang suporta at pagtitiwala kahit na sobrang dami din yung nung paninira.
pabuhay ko kayo, Bibi?
Additional question po kasi nabanggit niyo po yung kahapon pa tayo sa interview ni Stephen Bones na po yung itsura po ngayon ni former president. Meron po ba itong parang medical condition or parang meron po ba binanggit yung mga doktor doon sa loob ng tulungan? Kung ano po yung condition or kung meron nga po bang condition si former president? At bakit ganun po yung naging katayuan niya for the past 3 months po
Oo, nabanggit ng mama ko, na skin and bones na siya and nag-elaborate ako kahapon kung ano ibig sabihin nun. Sobra yung kanyang pagpayat, yung nakikita ninyo dyan ngayon, hindi na siya ganyan at all. Mukha siyang may sakit, pero clearly wala naman din siguro siyang sakit kasi wala namang sinasabi na urgent yung medical officer sa amin. Sa tingin ko lang yung weight loss niya ay dahil posible yung una-una loss of appetite dahil nga hindi siya sanay sa pagkain. At pangalawa, baka din kasi kinokontrol nung medical officer yung kain niya kasi diabetic Pangulong Duterte.
Sa part po yung sa prosecution naman po, naglabas na po sila ng 12, or nagbigay na po sa defense yung 12 batch ng evidence. Napag-usapan niyo na po ba ito ni Attorney Kaufman? Kung ano ba yung magiging susunod na akong review sa mga dokumento na binigay po ng prosecution?
Malamang pag-uusapan nila kasi kakapasok lang nung lawyer, no? Tsaka yung assistant niya doon sa loob na yun. So malamang papag-usapan nila yun sa case.
Meron po kayong access din sa document? Nakita po ba?
Wala. Yung access ko ay pareho lang sa lahat. Kung ano yung nakapublish sa ICC website, yun lang din ang nakikita ko ng mga documents sa case.
Ma'am, do you have
I'm sure he's given the medicines he needs dahil merong medical officer in charge doon sa kanya sa loob.
ma'am, do you have time for photos?
Oh, sige. Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Yung mga first time.
At home, my
Okay, that's it. You heard it direct from the daughter of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, or otherwise popularly known and fondly called by many Filipinos as Tatay Digong, or PRRD. So, malungkot po, no? I sad to hear that what Inday Sara is saying, that Tatay Digong already told her about his last wishes, and we hope that wishes, yes, of course, sana lang po it will be granted, because that is the wish of Tatay Digong. But we are not happy to hear that Tatay Digong giving out his last wishes na po, no? Long life pa yan si Tatay Digong, and everybody, I'm very sure everybody is wishing a long life for Tatay Digong po, no? He will come out victorious in this battle po. And sabi ni Tatay Digong, no gods, no glory. Correct po, no? You see how determined, how strong si Tatay Digong. How determined and strong si Tatay Digong. And of course, I also appreciated, no? How Inday Sara Duterte, o VP Sara, took ang statements ni Tatay Digong, being a daughter po, no? Masakit din yun po, wherein your own father is already talking about last wishes po, no? But very strong din ito si Inday Sara Duterte, o VP Sara, and according to her, she got her strength po sa tatay niya po, no? Sa tatay niya po, because her father used to tell her he doesn't want to see people crying po, no? And of course, although slim na po si Tatay Digong, but according to VP Sara, he's healthy, he's doing fine, except that today, during the interview, or during the visitation, that is Tuesday, na he's not in a good mood. Yun lang yan po. Normally, at the age of 80, this is but normal po, no? This is but normal. But what I would like to ask again, repeatedly, let's continue to pray for the safety and victory in terms of the battle that is facing now si Tatay Digong. Pray for this safety, both security and health. No? And yes, nandyan pa rin the Filipinos, both at The Hague and also in the Philippines, as well as in other parts of the world. Filipinos are still rallying behind Tatay Digong. Why? Because Tatay Digong truly shown his concern and love for the country and for the Filipinos when he was the president of the Philippines po. So, as a way of appreciation and gratitude, this is what you can see now, what the Filipinos are doing. Even until now, from day one, he was brought to The Hague or under the custody of the International Criminal Court. Until now, never stop po. People are outside the detention center showing love to Tatay Digong. Daily yun po. Daily. And yes, there is also one thing that that touched me. Now, when Inday Sara Duterte mentioned to Tatay Digong that Miss Wari is sick. So, of course, being a Filipino, no, I would also like to extend my, I hope that Nurmiswari, Chairman Nurmiswari, will speedily recover whatever suffering or sickness he's facing, he's confronted. So, all the best to Chairman Nurmiswari po, and of course, the supporters of Nurmiswari, supporters of Nurmiswari. So, what else? Hanggang dito na lang siguro po, because I have to go somewhere else for my routine or regular medical checkup po. Kailangan tayo, we need to do our medical checkup, our review every year. I'm doing it for twice a year po. Twice a year. So that, we'll be safe po when it comes to our health po. Because health is wealth. So siguro hanggang dito na lang ang programa natin, and to those who, again, I would like to say, those who are celebrating their special occasions today, especially to my wife, si Mary, I would like to extend my birthday greetings to her, and to those who are celebrating a birthday today also, happy birthday to all of you. And of course, those who are celebrating any other occasions like a wedding, death anniversaries, or whatever po, I would like to say, hope this day will be, or your celebration will be, fruitful, problem-free celebration po. So with this, once again, Nico Fabian would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. I hope in whatever ways I was able to give you the news that you deserve. Malaysia, Sama, the Philippines, God bless us all, and I see you in my next episode. Bye.